Hey there. Before we start this episode, I wanted to jump into your ears straight away and let you know how you can support us best with this podcast so we can keep this going. So the most important thing that when you have listened to this episode would be share. Spread the word, drop our name, drop us in the conversation. If you see a question popping up somewhere, say, the Damn Parenting Ladies, they have an episode on this. Pop the episodes out. Get us into the conversation of the communities. This is the best way to support Eva and me. And give us a like on Spotify. Give us a follow. Jump over to Instagram, Damn Parenting Podcast. Make sure that you spread the word about what you like, why you like the episodes, and that you spread the knowledge that we are putting out there so it can be heard and received by everyone who needs to hear this. And this is what I just wanted to drop with you before now you can enjoy the DamChat or an expert episode. So let's see what's going to be on.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Damn Parenting, your English-speaking parenting podcast from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. As always, we are your hosts, Eva and
Maren.
Today is another episode of DamChats. And it's just me and Maren chatting. And today, Maren has come up with a really good episode. So Maren, tell us about it.
We were sitting here like juicing our brains after our long brainstorm for the next couple of weeks and months for the podcast. And we said, all right, let's record a chat. So we have it done and dusted. But then we were sitting there, okay, what's the topic? Is this a good topic? Nah. Is this a good topic? No, we have to spare that topic for later. So we were sitting here and then I was browsing through my head. What are like big events that are around the corner? And one big event in our household is, and also in yours a little later, but also around the corner, the 4th birthday of our children. So I thought, exactly, back to school and the whole big new chapter. And one thing that I'm consumed with right now is finding presents. So what are things that we are going to give to our child for her 4th birthday? What are things that you're going to give out? And we both wrote down our top 5 of the gifts. So you have a collection of at least 10 presents that you can get inspiration from for your children when they turn 4, or maybe on my list is also stuff that can be used later or earlier.
Yep.
So this is just like a collection. So we will start with number 1. Oh no, number 5. Yeah. Should we go? Number 5. So
I don't have it. No, mine's not in order. I'm just randomly spelling them out. So you just give us your first one.
Okay, my first one is different kinds of origami paper, because my child is recently obsessed with origami. Like, she's all over this. We have to at least every day do 2 different ones, animals, shapes, like you name it. So she's going to get a nice little collection of very special origami paper in different sizes, metallic ones, glitter ones, printed ones, just like a whole array of, so she can have different origami paper. So that's on my list first.
Okay. On my list at the moment is I have like one of those costume boxes. So we're trying to find a box first off, but then it's just filling them up with different kind of costumes. So we're all looking at all the Great Pretenders, Mary Mary, Born Toys, all those kind of things. And we're just trying to find suitable costumes that she's going to be able to grow into, because ours is a huge spreader at this stage. She's much taller than average, I think. That's something that I'm looking for. And I'm struggling finding it locally, I have to say, which is actually causing a bit of concern. So I am on Vinted as well. I think that's where we're at the moment.
So you're basically saying you're picking out your daughter's school clothes because I can see her wanting to wear her costumes to school. Is that what you're saying?
Oh God, I didn't even think of that. Wait.
So just to put that in the mix, because I can definitely see, I mean, I've had to have some conversations with my child of like, well, we cannot take the full unicorn array of like the wings and the horn and everything at the same time to daycare, because that's going to be a whole hot mess. So, but that is a great idea. I love costumes. I love dressing up as a child. So I think that is a great tip.
I did, because we did have this conversation at Christmas about what we're getting our kids, and you were actually mentioning that, and I was like, no, mine isn't really into that. But now in the last 6 months, I think daycare has actually cracked out quite a lot of stuff, and I think that's kind of now being brought into her. So that's where we're at.
Then my number 2 is staying in the corner of dressing up, decorating ourselves. But one thing that needs a little bit more decoration in my daughter's life is her bike. She does have a bike, so we will get a little bit of we'll get her a new bell with something cool on it, and we will get her those little twinklers for the side of the handlebar, and like little those beads that you put in the wheel to just like pimp it up, pimp my ride, pimp her feet. So we're gonna get her some decoration for that, so she can hopefully maybe by the end of the year cycle to school, which is just down the street from us. So that would be cool to incentivize this whole let's try to like bike to school.
And
So
don't
yeah,
forget that
like
lock.
decoration. Oh yeah. Oh, she already has a lock. And she already picked a keychain, which is a little panda, and it always has to go with her. We have never used this lock, but it always has to go in her basket. Where is my panda key? Where is my lock? In case I get tired and I need to lock my bike. So the lock is already there. Yeah.
Good. Next on mine was baby accessories. So a pram, the back seat for the bike. She's obsessed with like swaddling as well, like carrying, like baby carrying. Moses basket, like just we're there. I didn't think I was going to have a daughter who was into this, but we're getting to that now. It's very adorable to see, but it's also one of those things. I think most kids are running around with those prams, which are like completely broken and torn apart. And now I'm kind of thinking, how are we going to do that in ours? Because King's Day's already gone. So
you can buy mine, or you can have mine, not buy mine. You can have mine, which is also a little bended because we took it in the plane, and when it went through the scanner, it got caught. So it's a little wonky, but it still works. But it's retired here because the funniest thing, little side track on a little pram. When we bought that pram, I think it was 2 years ago or something. Yeah, she was like around 2.5. And she started walking with it and like pushing it. And after, I'd say, I don't know, 20 meters, she stands and she looks at her hands. She's like, "Awa, awa." And I was like, yeah, welcome to motherhood. This is what it's pushing that stroller. Those hands are getting hurt. I know. So that was a very fun little side story from the pram. But that's great. Okay, so she's like completely into whole baby zone. So you're going to get all the accessories.
She comes in and out of it. Yeah. So that's, okay. We're not getting all of these. These are just on our list right now to when we get there. It's like, okay, where are you at now?
Oh yeah, those lists. Everything in our household, like if I don't have room to negotiate, like we'll put it on your birthday list. We'll put it on that list.
But it's also, she mightn't want it in a month. She mightn't want it in like, this is the thing. So you're like, okay, we'll put it on the list and we'll review this.
So my next thing is actually a backpack for her school, because right now she doesn't need any backpack going to daycare. So we don't have a backpack we do have like a little backpack where she carries her stuff, but we will get her a proper school backpack and we'll pick that out. I don't know if we're going to pick that out with her yet, or if I'm just going to buy something. I haven't decided that yet, but that is like one of the bigger things. And also to, really mark that chapter of now we're going to school, preparing for that, and really like getting her in the mood of in 6 weeks, because I want to start that conversation with her slowly, then like getting ready, going to the school every morning, maybe walk there, or like bring it into her mind. So that is one thing that she'll get her backpack.
Love it. On my list is, those balance beams, and this is the word I told you, I probably will screw this one up, the Stapelsteinen.
Stapelsteine.
There you go. So those balance beams and those Stapelsteinen. I'm looking at those because I really kind of like that idea, because I think she's really getting into gymnastics. She loves head rolling and she's trying to do handstands, and there's quite a lot of that happening. And obviously there's no classes going to be happening over the summer. So I thought, maybe we could do this, and then we can see if she goes to progress to maybe even start gymnastics herself. But so we're at that. Is it a balance beam, or is it those
stepping stones?
It is stepping stones, isn't it? That's what it is. So I
can only recommend those. Like if you don't have them yet, get them ASAP, because those things are usable for almost anything. We use them in the house, the whole house. We have them on every floor. When she needs a little step, we have like 2 of them in every room, so she can reach stuff, like go on the sink when we don't. Well,
really?
It's not around the little stepping stones. Those,
I thought I was looking at the round ones where they're all stored into each other and then they float and everything else. I didn't know. Is there another one?
No,
I really have to look into this then, if there's more than one.
Those stepping stones are great and they are also waterproof, so you can put water in them, play outside with them. We carry stuff around the house with them because we have a ton of stairs. So great purchase if you haven't gotten those into your life. So what's next on my list is I'm keeping in the school lane a lunchbox also for school. I have that already for I think 2 years when I thought she needs a lunchbox for daycare, which she doesn't because they have all the food there. So I have one which has a very nice picture and her name written on it. So that's going to be her present because now I will have to make lunches. I can't believe that's already like a full another topic.
Yeah.
Which hopefully, if you are out there, someone who wants to talk about lunchboxes, please reach out to us because this is like a big, big anxiety spiker for both Eva and I. We will have to do those lunchboxes. We will have to plan, and they're under such strict rules also. So but that's another topic. Maybe we can talk about this with Naomi.
We got to figure that out. Yeah.
But that's on my list, a lunchbox for school.
I really feel like I'm completely on the other parallel to you. I think we've got quite a lot of our stuff for school already. The next on my list is a mud kitchen for the garden.
Good one.
She loves the sandbox that we have here. And I just thought, I'm not really sure, because I was thinking, those sensory things. And I was like, yeah, you have sand on one side, you have water on the other, so you can do that kind of a thing. But then I was thinking, well, what's that in a mud kitchen? Is it the same? Then you just mix them together to create mud. So I'm not really sure if it's a mud kitchen or a play kitchen. I'm not sure about that yet, but mud kitchen keeps kind of jumping to our forefront right now. So we're going to figure that part out. And I mean, to be honest, we were looking at just going on Marktplaats or whatever, buying something secondhand because it's going to be sitting outside anyway. And it's just like, it's going to get wrecked. So it's just, something super easy. And then we can buy some nice accessories to go with it or whatever things that go with it. But yeah, that's where we're at.
Nice. And that's also a good gift. If your family wants to gift something for the accessories for the mud kitchen, or if you have then the birthday coming up, and then what's a good thing? That's always these gifts where you build the base, but then you can have other people just accessorize it. That's what we had when we got her store for like playing store, Albertine or supermarket.
Yeah.
And then we had people like, oh, we need like a cash registry, we need the fruits, we need the veggies, we need all that stuff. So that's always a good tip to buy the space, and then you can have people accessorize it. So my next one is a little specific because that is something that applies to, again, keeping in the spirit of school. In our school, they have to bring a little placemat, preferably made out of like special, not just a piece of fabric. So we will go to the fabric store and she can pick a nice fabric, and then we'll go to crafting store, pick all the stuff for her placemat, and then we'll craft that placemat together. So she can have her little placemat. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I wouldn't have even thought of that for school. Huh, yeah. Okay.
Because we're going to a Montessori school, and that's when they set the table. So they have their they replicate the trays. They don't want trays on the table. So this is your designated space and this is your little mat. And they showed them to us when we toured the school. And some people really went out there. Like they're like, you think like the royal king is going to eat at the table when they roll that little placemat out. And it's
oh my God.
Really, really nice. But yeah. That's one project that we're gonna do then for her birthday.
I like that. And then I guess one of the last ones, for my number 5 would be, I'm looking at getting then the artist membership, because ours expired a couple of months ago. So we were kind of like, we don't need to get it immediately. So we kind of waited over summer, and we just thought we could then go to do that. So we'll see.
That's also great. Also a good gift to collect, like as a group gift. So if the grandparents want to save up on it, because it's not a cheap thing. Those artist passes, you
need them for parent and child.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is so weird that you have to and you can't even share them as parents. It's not a parent's pass. They're
exactly
personalized, which of course makes sense. But then it's like also anyway. But that's a great gift. Yeah, that's nice.
So those are 5 each, but then we just thought we might have a couple more just to throw in. Do you have any other ones that you were like, hey, this reminds me?
One that I also had on my list, but maybe that's going to be for Christmas. So that's the word. Is it easel?
Oh, the easel. Yeah.
Easel. Yeah. To paint, where you can really put the
roll thing.
Not the roll. We do have what with the roll, but when you then can really more that
for
looks
canvas.
more artsy. Yeah, for Canvas.
Oh, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe
I was thinking of the Melissa and Doug one that, you have the blackboard on one side and the whiteboard on the other.
We do have that one, but I wanted, because she's really getting into like painting with acrylic paint and really like brushes and getting really more like into that kind of space. So I thought to make it more like grown up ish, then it's like, this is your art space, and then we can buy a couple of little canvases and then she can do that. So that's also a cool gift, which I thought also doesn't take away a lot of space. You can store it everywhere. So that was one on my list as well.
Other gifts in my head, I mean, to be honest, we got these last year, but these I think also will be relevant for 4-year-olds, would be obviously the Tonys.
Yes.
The Tonys box, so you can get your characters. Honestly, I find the characters that you pay for a little extortionate. So what I do is I get the creatives, and then I assign them to each member of my family, and then they read a book. So I send them the pictures of a book.
Amazing.
And then they can then read the story, and then then you're able to sit down and listen to the story. And then my brother has been amazing. He was able to get on a computer and record it. And so he's putting a bell on so that she knew to turn the page. And then my sister caught on, and now she rings a bell to turn the page. So it's been quite cute. Yeah.
Competition coming up here between the family members. Who's going to be most creative? That's an amazing gift. Yeah. We also have a Tony box, and that's a good reminder to
use them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because we have tons, because the German collection is pretty big on them. So we have a lot of the already ready-made ones, but we do have one creative one where her dad recorded a couple messages for her. But yeah, especially super relevant for expats, having their families not live with them, not wanting to be close. And
I do want to point out though that there has been research done about this, and it is actually not really suitable for children under the age of 6, because they need to visually see something like a cartoon. They can follow a cartoon if they hear audio. They can read a book if you're reading the book for them and then you're pointing and gesticulating to them, but they cannot listen to a story and just look at a book, or just listen to a story even.
Yeah.
So if you have a Tony's, you actually still have to sit with them, and you still have to point out or whatever it might be. So it's not a pass, but the thing is, it's trying to, exactly what you said, is build that routine again of just trying to get them into understanding. You can listen to it, and try and incorporate it, because I mean, like us podcasters, people are going to just be listening in, at one stage. So it's just kind of getting that into a routine.
Yes. I don't have anything else on my list.
On mine, I think magnet tiles. I mean, we already got them, but I think magnet tiles are really good if you don't have them. And to be honest, I think everyone on those buy and sell WhatsApp groups, everyone's like, anyone like got any magnet tiles they're gonna sell? And all, like, I want to scream, no one's gonna sell them, because they just got them. Also, my little one, for her 3rd birthday, got this camera from a brand called Hopstar, and it's just genius. It's such a great camera, and she's going around. It's a digital camera. It's like, it's got filters on it. It has funny faces on it, and every once in a while she'll crack it open and start taking pictures of us. So the thing is, we now have these pictures she's taken of us that we're going to be able to print out and like have for later on. I'm not going to lie, a lot of them are blurry, but got to give the kids some credit. She's working it and she understands how to turn it on and off. So I really do recommend that if your kid is into taking pictures on your phone or whatever, that could always be an interesting thing. Also, on the lines of experiences, I mean, you can get those art classes for gift vouchers, Jump Square for vouchers, all that kind of stuff. Those are always a great idea to have. Now I'm actually going to say something for the first time. My company, Gift Guild, basically, we were working on that idea that basically you can give the gift of like an experience, because it's a child going to be able to do it. And just like you were saying, Maren, is like being able to do group gifting. That was the thing that we were trying to accomplish, was because like, you can get 6 classes for, I don't know, or 10 jumps for €100. But maybe someone's not going to pay €100. So you're like, well, hey, this is what we'd really like. And everyone can kind of chip in €10 and you got it. And it's such a great thing that you can do. Even the artist card or the museum card, even, because as you said, everyone has to get a card. It can't just be one parent generalized. So it's always a great option. And then the
credits for what we have, we're at Monkey Move, so you can buy credits for that. Like, so just browse, like, or if you are one of the lucky ones who got a spot at Simone Davis's Montessori school class, and you want to enroll for the next course, this is always really like a nice thing. And then your family can be part of this, and this can be like, oh wait, this class today we're thinking of this person because they gifted this to you. And then you can take pictures and make it like an experience. Also, then can we give that person something back of, we take a nice picture today, or we practice this move, or whatever we do.
Yeah, it was exactly that. I think like for 1 month, like I think my dad or his wife, like were like, hey, we're going to give this to you. And it was just, it's such a nice thing. And as you say, we would take a picture and send it to them to be like, oh, this is what we did today. And yeah, it's just that way of, it costs a lot. Like we're not going to lie, raising a child in Amsterdam or in the Netherlands, it costs a lot because you want to do activities and not everything is free and everything is going to cost something. So that's kind of the idea, is giving a child an experience. That's always a great way, I think, anyway. And there's quite a lot of things you can do out there. So yeah. And then the last thing is, those Kiwi boxes or those science boxes. So we were gifted that for when my daughter was 1, from 1 to 2. It was quite developmental based, but then we ended up getting a few more boxes when she became 3, and they are a lot more arts crafty. So she makes a musical item, she'll make a guitar, and then she'll make drums, and then she'll make a flyer, or we made a farmhouse. Like each box will have a theme. They're actually quite good if your kids like arts and craftsy, and equally when it's going to be rainy season, or you just have one of those days where you're like, ugh, like I don't want to do anything today, but you can crack out one of these boxes and just be like, hey, we have an activity and we'll have something to show for it at the end. There's a few ideas.
So, yeah, a few ideas. And also, yeah, think outside the box, also with the age, and see maybe there was something where you were planning on getting, and now you know what age our children were in when they got this, or when we got this gifted. Having said that, can you give a gift back to us? Yes, you can, because you can hit that like and subscribe button on your podcast player right this second. You can subscribe to our Instagram channel, Damn Parenting Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, and you like this episode right now. I don't know, if you're on your bike and at the next traffic light, you're going to crack out that phone real quick and you're going to hit those 5-star reviews on your podcast player, or share this episode with anyone who you think should hear this information. We're coming out every Wednesday with an expert episode on this podcast, every Monday with a DamChats episode. You can support us by sharing, liking. I'm going to repeat this as a broken record because we need your support to get the message out there so we can keep this project going. And that was
and
it
indeed, yeah.
Week.
It is a project, by the way. So we do want to kind of reiterate that. If you're still listening and if you're on your bike, is there a way you can stop? Is there a way you can take out your phone? Is there a way you can go, oh yeah, I forgot to give them 5 stars? Or, oh yeah, I am subscribed, but I know a friend who needs to listen to this. Or, hey, maybe my family could listen to this. Here's some birthday present ideas, my kid's 3 or whatever. Please do think about this in very different ways.
Amazing WhatsApp group with all the moms in my neighborhood. Are they already listening to Damn Parenting Podcast? If not, you can share the link with them so they can also get the same information that you have.
We are 2 moms trying to do something and sharing as much information from the Dutch medical system, from the Dutch birthing system, from our community, from our village voices. We are out there trying to do this, and we will be continuing this as long as we have the support from our listeners. So don't forget about that. Please remember that we are just like you. We've gone through something similar, or we've gone through something worse or something better. But at the end of the day, you are not alone. We are here, and we really want to get the topics that you guys want to hear. If you have any specific topics you really want to hear about, please drop us a DM or send us an email, damnparentingpodcast@gmail.com. We are cracking out quite a lot of information. Facts. Yeah, like today, it's a DamChats, and we are in the summer months. So we thought we'd let you guys know we are going to take a bit of a summer break starting next week. We are going to take 3 weeks off because, well, we need it. Yes. There's going to be quite a lot going on in the next few months. And so we really thought, you know what, we're going to take 3 weeks off, but we are going to be sharing some of our most liked, listened to, downloaded, and shared stories over the next 3 weeks as well. So this week, you will have Naomi as normal. We have our resident psychologist, and we're going to be talking about anxiety and traveling with our kids. So after that, we'll be having 3 solid weeks where you'll be able to listen back to some of the most popular episodes that we've had out in the last, how many months is it actually?
Since October.
7 whole months, and over 75 episodes of DamChats and expert
almost
episodes.
The whole pregnancy. Now we're getting into the heavy part of the pregnancy. So help us birth this baby, this podcast baby, bring it to full growth and bring it to full force so we can keep this going. And we'll hear you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.